Welcome to She Lancer, Mom Entrepreneur. I'm your host, Angela Olfast, otherwise known as VoiceOver Angela. In this podcast, we talk about my adventures in freelancing, my voiceover business, and everything else in between. Let's get started. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Angela. I'm a full-time voiceover artist and audiobook narrator, and my channel is dedicated to those of you that are just getting started out in this wonderful world of voiceover. And I share with you some tips and tricks and techniques that I use in my own voiceover business, and I answer your questions as well. And what I wanted to talk about today was demos. And I get a lot of questions about demos. Am I ready for a demo? Do I need to pay thousands of dollars for a demo? I'm brand new. I don't know what I'm doing. Am I good enough for a demo? What do? I still need to give clients samples so they can hear my voice. What do I do? So that's what we're going to talk about today in today's video. So let's get into it. Okay, so as I mentioned before, I get a lot of questions about demos, right? I'm just starting out. I don't have any samples. I don't have any demos. I have clients that I need to show what I sound like. I need to be able to get work. How do I create a demo? Do I need to pay someone to create a demo? Do I even need a demo? Do I just upload samples? What do I do? Where do I start? I have no experience. I don't know what to do. Well, we've all been there. We've all been there in the very beginning. And you're right. In the very beginning, even though you have no real experience with, performing an actual and delivering a job, you still have to be able to show potential clients what you sound like. You need something to get started. And what I recommend that you do, depending on the type of work that you want to do for voiceover, and I always recommend audiobooks because audiobooks you have a little bit more time to narrate and deliver an audiobook versus like a commercial. And some of those, the clients want those the same day. There's a lot less pressure to get an audiobook done. You have a little bit more time. So in the very beginning, I would say to create a demo or a sample. And a sample really could be, it could have a couple of different meanings, the word sample versus demo. And a sample could be either a slice of something that you've already done, or it could be a custom sample of what a client sends you, right? If they want to hear your voice with their script, you recording a small little sample for them could be also what is considered to be a sample. I'm rambling, but you get my meaning. And a demo would be something that you create from scratch and compile and mix and master, and it sounds wonderful. And you can use that demo for, many different reasons. You can post it on a website for clients to hear what you sound like, or you can send it directly to a client who sometimes have clients of their own, right? They need something tangible, like a file, that they can send their clients so they can hear you and see if they like you and want to hire you. So for audiobooks, I would say in the very beginning, you could, if you're creating a sample for ACX, for example, you could go to projectgutenberg.org. Those are all books in the public domain. You can choose one of those and just read, a page or two, 2 or 3 minutes maybe, and then post that as a sample for ACX or send that to a client, to a rights holder. For commercial or e-learning, what you could do there is go to YouTube. And if you click on the little ellipses right next to the video, you can see the transcript. I believe that is right next to the share button or the save button rather on YouTube videos. And that a lot of them will show you the transcript of what is being said. Or you can just listen to what is being said on the YouTube video in the commercial. Pay attention to the verbiage that they're using. Pay close attention to the intent, the purpose of what it is that they're saying, and try to emulate or imitate what they are saying. But practice it so it becomes natural in your own voice, the type of emotion or the intent of the script, what they're trying to convey, because you don't want to sound exactly like somebody else. You want to know what the intent of that commercial is, so then you can convey it in your own way. So practice a few different types of commercials. Like you've got an intimate read, you've got something that's kind of slower and up close and intimate. Then you have something that's a little bit more upbeat and bubbly. And then you could do something completely different for e-learning. If you go to watch tutorials on YouTube, that is basically e-learning. E-learning is, the videos that you watch as a new hire when you're onboarding. You have to watch a bunch of safety videos. That is e-learning. Online tutorials on step-by-step instructions on how to operate or use a certain piece of software, machinery. That is e-learning. There are several different types of forms of e-learning, but you can find examples of these on YouTube, like I said, with tutorials, right? Listen to what is being said and then record yourself explaining how to do something or to operate something in your own way. And then once you have a nice mix of different types of styles and tones and types of voiceover, you can compile them all together to make a demo for yourself, just to have something to start with. I do recommend, if you're having a really hard time with creating a demo or trying to find the right intent or trying to convey a particular emotion, if you find yourself really struggling with this, reach out to people that can help you, like get a coach. There are coaches online that you can find relatively easily to help. And some coaches are really good with particular types of voiceover. Some are good with all of them. But you can find a coach that can help you with this process if you need to. Eventually, I would recommend, investing the time and the money into a professional demo because they are necessary at some point. Once you want to, when you're ready for that next step in your business, you're definitely going to need a professional demo. But in the very beginning, you do need something. You do need something to share with a client or to post on your profile on these different marketing websites to show the clients what you sound like. And don't be intimidated by this because, as I had just run through with you, it's really not that difficult to do. I've done it. I know a lot of other people have done it. You can write your own script. You could just, for like an e-learning demo, for example, you could find your favorite pen and just walk through the steps on utilizing the pen, taking it apart, refilling it with ink, whatever it is that you can think of. Maybe you like to cook. You could do a step-by-step tutorial, write it down, how you make your chicken dinner, and then record yourself going through those steps. There's a lot of different ways that you can do this that aren't very intimidating if you think about it, right? Don't let the fear stop you from doing this because, as I've said before, voice artists represent the world. So don't ever discount yourself as you don't have a good enough voice, you don't have the right sound, you don't, on and on and on. Just get rid of those thoughts out of your head completely because, again, we represent the voices of the world. There's going to be all different types of variety of voices. Every age, every race, every, gender, we are all represented. So we need lots of variety of different types of voices. So don't be afraid to just be you, and don't be afraid to create your own demo in the very beginning. And again, if you need help, reach out to some of the coaches that can help you. And then, years down the road or when you're ready, reach out to a demo production company and have them help you create your demo. But in the beginning, don't be afraid to create your own. You need one. You need one for several purposes. So create a demo for commercial, create a demo for e-learning, create a demo for audiobooks. And don't be afraid of variety in those demos either, because not all commercials sound the same, for example. So if you created a demo with maybe 5 or 6 different types of tones or feelings or intentions for each of your demos, that would be good. A little bit of variety would never hurt. For e-learning, for example, you could have an e-learning where you're doing a step-by-step tutorial, and then you could have another example of you doing something a little bit more interactive, like click next to continue, that sort of thing, or a quiz. I'm sure we've all taken quizzes online, right? You could replicate something like that. You could have another e-learning sample that is you maybe doing something for a kid's e-learning, something that was intended for kids. So don't be afraid to mix it up and have some variety in your demos either. Same thing goes with audiobooks. There's all different types of genres of audiobooks. You could have a horror section. You could have a little slice of you doing like a romance book. Don't be afraid to mix it up a little bit. And that also gives the client a good opportunity to hear what kind of ranges that you can provide with your voiceover or narration. So I hope that helps. I hope that answers some of your questions. And if you liked this video and you found it helpful, hit that like and subscribe button. I really appreciate that. If you have any more questions about voiceover or audiobooks in general, please don't be afraid to leave them down below. I appreciate that. And as always, I appreciate your time and watching this video. Thank you so much, and I will see you on the next one. Bye. Thank you so much for listening today. I really appreciate it. If you have an extra moment, please feel free to leave a review. We'll see you next time.